We can see your screen, Shachi.
Okay. Hi guys, how are all of you? Can you hear me clearly? Can you just give me a thumbs up in the chat box? Let me know. Are you able to hear me clearly? Just give me a thumbs up. Yes? Okay, great. Okay. All right. So, yeah, Manshi, thank you so much for the introduction. So my name is Shachi. I'm a travel and visa coach. And we have a YouTube channel. We have Instagram page through which we help people, clear that final step. That is your interview with the visa officer. So today's session is all about going to be framing answers for your visa profile. So I believe till now you would have prepared your documents, got your DS-160 form, got your slots hopefully. Now what we're going to do today is that final step wherein we have to frame the answers. So before we start, wanted to quickly get a sense of the profile of the students here. So how many of you are going for bachelor's? If you're going for bachelor's, just give me a yes in the chat box. Okay, so quite a few are here for bachelor's. Okay, fine. All right. Anybody for PhD here? If it's PhD, just type PhD in the chat box. Any PhD students? One. Okay. Double masters, masters. Okay. All right. So we primarily have a mix of bachelor's, masters, and double masters today. Okay, great. How many of you have a prior refusal? If you have a refusal, just type refusal in the chat box. Okay. Okay. So some of you have a refusal here. We have a good mix of students. Okay. All right. Okay. And the last question. What is your preparation on a scale of 1 to 10? 10 being the highest. Okay. So on a scale of 1 to 10 right now for the visa interview, what's your preparation level? 3, 4, 2, 7, 5, 6, 5, 5, 5, 5. Okay. So I'm guessing that all of you have a basic sense of what to do, but you're looking for more structured preparation. Great. Okay. All right. Thank you so much. So this helps me a lot. So let me just share the screen again and we can start. Okay. So like I said, today's session is going to be all about framing the answers. Now, how are we going to do it, right? So I want to focus on the top 5 questions because these are the questions that we are seeing in the current interviews that are happening for Fall 24. This is what the visa officers are primarily focusing on. So interviews this time have been very direct. They are asking the main questions, the important questions. 4 to 5 questions are being asked to students, and that's it. They're making their decision after that. So these are the questions that I want you to be very well prepared with. So what we're going to do for each question, I will explain certain basics. I will show you some samples. Then it is your turn. Okay. So you need to write down your answers. Maybe we'll give a minute after each question. And for each question, maybe 3 to 4 of you can come here and share your answers so that we get to hear more answers and also you can get feedback, okay, on what you have prepared. So before I start, make sure that you have something to write. So I also have my notes. So you also make sure that you have a notebook and a pen handy with you because we're going to be writing, we're going to be framing answers. And just ensure that you're in a quiet place without any distractions because this is going to be like a class, okay? You'll have to take notes, you'll have to listen, you'll have to speak. So I hope all of you are ready. Yeah, let's begin. Okay. So these are the 5 top questions. Tell me about yourself, why this course, why this university, how are you funding, what are your future plans? For those of you who have a rejection, maybe in the Q&A, we can take up some questions related to the refusal and the rejection, okay? But first, we will do the 5 core questions because even if you have a refusal, you still are going to be asked these questions first, okay? So you have to prepare for this. So let's begin. Okay, before we start, there's a small exercise that you need to do. So prepare a sample profile, okay? That means you prepare your own profile. Now, what you have to do is just list down the main pointers of your profile, okay? So start with the education, list your highest degree. If you have done a master's, write that, and which year you have passed out. If it is bachelor's, then write that. If it is 12th, then write that, okay? Then if you have any experience, list how many years of experience you have. And also, what is the main domain you have worked? Maybe you worked in development, maybe you worked in security, maybe you worked in management, right? Whatever is the main domain of your work, just note down that. Then list your admit, the admit that you're going to for the visa interview. So which course and which university. And funding. What are your sources of funding? Just list that. So this is just a sample profile for a student that we work with. So for her, education was electrical engineering 2018. She had 4 years of experience. She's going to UMass Amherst, and funding was from her brother and a loan. So this will just give you a quick snapshot of your profile, because we won't have time to look into the DS-160 forms, right? So it's just good to have like a summary of your profile, which we can use when we frame the answers. So just wait for like 30 seconds, quickly do this. Just note down these pointers. And if you're done, just drop a yes in the comment box. Somebody is asking, will this be published on YouTube? That I think Manshi will take a call on that. I have no work experience. If you don't have work experience, you can list internships, projects, research papers, your final year project, whatever you have done. Okay. If you don't have experience, list that.
So
Okay.
yeah, so everyone was asking, is it streaming on YouTube? It is streaming on YouTube, but if you join the session here on Zoom, you'll be able to participate, and Shachi will be able to hear your question after you structure them. So I'll suggest everyone to join on the Zoom link if you want to participate.
All right. Okay, so let's move. So we'll start with the first question. Now, the first question is a typical way in which a visa interview can begin, in which the visa officer asks for an introduction from you. So he gives you the chance to tell whatever you want about yourself, right? This question can be asked as, tell me about yourself. It is also asked as, when did you graduate? So in the recent interviews, we are seeing this is how they're asking, when did you graduate? But what they mean essentially is, introduce yourself, tell me about yourself, okay? So when did you graduate? Introduce yourself, tell me about yourself. They're all the same question, where you have a chance to speak and build that rapport with the visa officer. Because the visa interviews are very short, the first few lines, the first answer that you give is really important, and you need to establish a good impression with the visa officer right here. Okay, so let's look at some do's and don'ts. So let me start with the don'ts first. First thing, don't give any personal information. We see very frequently that students tell their name of the university, which city they're from. Not required. They're least interested in any of this, right? And there is no time. So if you take your name, your city name, your university name, you're just taking up time which could be utilized for something better. So no personal details are required. They have your DS-164. If they really want to check, they will see it there. Okay. What you need to do is to focus on your academic and your work experience. These two things. In academic, the highest qualification that you have. If you have a master's, start with that. Don't go back to your bachelor's. If you're going for a PhD, again, start with your highest, your master's or your double master's, whatever you have done. So your highest education qualification, and then you need to summarize your work experience. Again, in work experience, don't take names of the companies you worked with, each and every role that you did, right? Just 2 lines which summarizes the main domain. That, okay, my experience has been in development, or my experience has been in security, or my experience has been in marketing. Whatever is the main domain of your work, you need to summarize that in 1 line. If you don't have work experience, like somebody asked, I don't have work experience, you might just have finished 12th, or you might just have graduated. In that case, your academics are more important. So when you talk about your academics, you can include things like how much percentage you got, or how much CGPA you got, if that's good. You can also include any exams that you've written, like GRE, IELTS, if you have a good score. And of course, if you did any internships, any project, any research paper, you can include that. So all that will be your work experience if you are a fresher. Okay. Now, let's say that you said this much. You told about your education, you told about your experience. After that, if the visa officer is still giving you time to talk, right? He is busy typing something. He's not even looking at you. He's just doing his own thing. You can be proactive. You can continue to talk and then tell him that, okay, this is the course I'm going for. This is the university I'm going to. And if you have any scholarship, it's a great point to highlight right in the beginning of the interview, because any scholarship is a positive for a visa approval. So you can tell him right then and there that I'm going to so-and-so university with a scholarship. So this is our structure, okay? Academic, work experience, and then the additional details if you get a chance to talk. Let's look at some samples so that this becomes more clear to you. Why are these lines coming? I'm not sure why this is happening. Let me just share it again. Okay. All right. So now there are 3 samples that we've prepared for you. The first one is for those of you who have significant experience. So anybody here who has more than 4+ experience, that's a significant experience, 4+ years. So the first sample is for you. Second sample is for those of you who have moderate experience. You have graduated or you have up to like 2 to 3 years of experience. That's for you. The third sample is for those of you who are going for bachelor's. Okay. So depending on where your profile fits in, focus on that particular sample. And I'll also quickly explain to you. So if you have significant experience, what we are doing is that I graduated in 2014 with 7.9 CGPA, and I've been working since then. My current role is in automation and analytics, which is related to the program that I'm going for. If you have a lot of experience, the visa officers generally have a doubt that why you're doing masters now, right? So to take care of this doubt, what we are doing is we are focusing only on the current role. That means what you're doing right now and relating that to the program that you're going for. So this tells the visa officer that, okay, even though he graduated long back, maybe earlier the role was different and the current role is relating to the program. That is why this person or the student is deciding to study now. So you make this connect very clear to the visa officer right in the beginning, okay? Which is why the answer is structured like this, that my current role is in so-and-so, which is related to the program. And for this person, we've included CGPA. If it's a good CGPA, you can highlight it. It's always good to show good academics. So that's why it's been included, okay? Then the second one is for those of you who have moderate experience or you've just finished your bachelor's, right? So this person's, the student said that I graduated in 2020 in electrical engineering. After that, I worked for 4 years in maintenance and operation domain. So because it's 4 years, we don't have to separate out the experience. We are just mentioning one domain that, okay, my domain is maintenance and operation. Also, if you notice, there is no CGPA mentioned here. The reason is he did not have a good CGPA. Okay, so structure your introduction in such a way that you are just showing the good things, right? If your CGPA is good, highlight it. If it is not good, don't tell yourself. Obviously, if the visa officer asks you, you have to answer it. But if he's just asking you, when did you graduate or tell me about yourself, you do not have to highlight any grades which are not going to look good in your application. Third one, for those of you who are now going for bachelor's. So the student said, I completed my 12th in 2023 with physics, chemistry, maths. Post that, I prepared for IELTS and applied to universities in US. And currently, I'm doing courses in database and Python. Because he has a gap of a year, he's explaining that gap proactively. That, okay, I finished my 12th last year. After that, I wrote IELTS, I'm doing courses, and now I want to do my bachelor. So as you can see, your answer to introduce yourself, tell me about yourself, when did you graduate, should be complete, right? And it should make that best possible impression to the visa office. So now it's your turn. We'll wait for about a minute. Quickly note down your answer. And if you're ready, just raise your hand so that you can share it with us. And I'll try to give my feedback on that. So whoever's ready, just raise your hand if you want to go for it.
Yeah, we'll then give them permission to switch on the video and audio and they can share it with all of us. Cool.
Okay,
Prashant is ready.
Yeah. Just a quick thing, guys. Before you tell your answer, just let me know which course and university, okay? So that I have context in what you're saying. Yeah. Yeah, Manshi, you can give him that. Prashant, I think he's ready.
My name is Prashant. I'm going to the University of Houston at Houston, Texas. Course name is Engineering Data Science course.
Okay. Yeah, can we hear your introduction?
Okay. Officer, I completed my Bachelor of Technology in the field of Artificial Intelligence and Data Science with a CGPA of 9.05. In my bachelor's, I completed one of the project analyzing the traveling preferences. It is a data science related project. I published a paper also. Now I got admission from one of the best university in the USA with scholarship and tuition waiver officer.
Okay. When did you finish your graduation?
2024 April.
This year. Okay. Fine. Okay. This is good, Prashant. You can probably just skip the project because already your BTech is in AI. And mention the year. Okay. So you can say I completed my graduation this year with 9.05 and my major was AI or my main focus area was AI. And then say that, post that I wrote exams, whatever exams you've written, mention that and say now I'm looking forward to studying from University of Houston with scholarship.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Who'll go next?
Cool. We'll go ahead with Arunima next.
Yeah. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
Ma'am, I am a chemical engineer with 16 years of experience in steel industry. So my current role is certification of new products and testing of raw materials and utilities we use in Visakhapatnam steel plant. So I work as a quality manager, and my study will be in HALT. I'll be doing my MBA in data analytics. So as it is related, I have chosen this university and the course.
Okay. So can you tell me your answer? How will you introduce yourself?
Yeah. I am a chemical engineer with 16 years experience in Visakhapatnam steel plant, where I work as a quality manager. And my current role is looking into the data analytics and then taking a decision to bring profits to the company. So I'll be joining data analytics course in HALT International Business School, Boston campus.
It's data analytics masters or MBA? Which one is
MBA. MBA.
it? MBA with data analytics.
Yes, ma'am. Because I want to get into higher management roles.
Right. Understood. So, Arunima, don't highlight 16 years, because the moment he's going to hear 16 years, you're going to set off alarm bells for them, right?
Okay.
So you by yourself don't highlight this. You talk only about your current role. Say that I come from chemical engineering background. Current role, I'm involved in doing quality management, which involves dealing with data, preparing reports, doing analysis.
Okay.
And now I want to study a course which is a mix of management as well as data analytics, because both of this will help me go into project manager or a team lead roles.
Yes, ma'am.
So like your answer, you focused only on analytics, but you're actually going for MBA. So you should tell both.
Okay, sure.
So current role connected to the course, which is a mix of both, and show the next, what you're going to do. Okay.
Sure, ma'am. Thank you. Ma'am, is the age a factor, ma'am? Because I'm 39 right now.
No, not really. There are many people who study at 40 plus also. For them, the logic is important. Why you're studying now, not all these years. So if you have worked for 16 years, like I said, show the career has been progressing. Like even when you fill your form, right, the entire experience shouldn't look the same. Maybe when
Okay,
you
ma'am.
started, it was basic, testing. Now
Yes.
you're handling data. Now you're also taking up some management roles. So your career progression should be clear, and why MBA now, that should be clear. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, one more thing. Actually, I have done my MTech in chemical engineering also. So if they ask me what's your highest degree, should I say that or should I keep numb about it?
Now that I can't answer it here because it depends on how you showed it for the university and everything. If
Yes,
you've
ma'am.
shown your master's for university, then you have
Ma'am,
to.
is it okay if I answer that? Because I have enough expertise in chemical
Yes.
engineering. I want to get into the management side. So with an MBA,
you can.
sure. Thank you. Thank you.
So
Shachi,
for
we have,
details, feel free to reach out. Okay, for one-to-one sessions, we can do that. Yeah.
yeah, we have
Sure.
22 students raising their hand. I think we can take
Yeah, we'll
three.
take up 3 per question and we'll move to the next. Okay.
So we'll go ahead with Monica. I'll definitely try to give everyone a chance
Okay,
for this question. We'll go ahead
Yeah.
with Monica next.
Hi, ma'am. Good afternoon. So I'll be going to University of South Florida for a master's in artificial intelligence and business analytics. So I basically graduated from computer science and engineering in 2017, and I've been working ever since then. My current role is related to networking, automation, Scrum, server management, and storage. And I also have some expertise on cloud computing.
Okay. So just simplify the current role.
Sure,
because
sure.
network, Scrum, cloud, it might sound too much. So pick one domain that my current role is in cloud and network.
Mhm.
And this is what I want to study further. That would be enough.
And however, ma'am, I just had a question, like, is it mandatory for the work experience to be completely relevant to the master course, to just sort of show that connection?
At least there should be some connect. It need not be directly in the same domain, but like how previous student was showing that from technical, she's moving to management. There should be some connect. It shouldn't be irrelevant.
All right, all right. So can I also tell that because like I'm going for data analytics and then I don't really have experience with respect to analytics, can I also probably, if I'm being asked about like, why masters in a different domain, can I just say that along with my work experience, I've also been taking up courses, which is actually true in my case. And then I developed interest in like analytics. And that's how I just explored that, this particular domain, and I decided to actually pursue it.
See, there has to be some connect. It cannot be just your interest.
All right.
And this connect has to be there right from the form. So for complications like this, I would suggest you take a detailed session, because just, giving you feedback for 1 or 2 seconds is not going to help much. But the idea is that the masters and what you're doing should be connected. It shouldn't be my interest. They won't buy just because of your interest, because interest can change. Tomorrow you're interested in something else, then what, right?
Okay.
So there should be some connect, and it should be like a progression of that.
Got it. Yeah. Thank you.
All right. So I hope that the answers that we discussed and whatever you're hearing, right, it's going to like give you an idea of how to prepare, right? Okay. Now we'll move to the next question. This is the important one. Why this course? So I know there are more people waiting, but we'll just, segregate it out through the questions so that all of you, at least most of you, are able to get a chance for this. Okay. So why this course? So I would say that all the things that you learn in this workshop, why this course, this is the most important one. And again, in the recent interviews, we are seeing that almost everyone is being asked this question in some way or the other. So first thing to understand is that why this course, why masters, why double masters, why do you want to study now? Pretty much they're all the same question, right? The visa officer is just asking it in a different way. That's it. Now, the main thing that you need to take care when you frame the answer is that when you frame the answer, do a check that somebody else can speak this or not. If the same thing can be spoken by anybody else, that means it's not specific enough, right? You need to add more details to make it specific to your profile. That's the check you can do when you prepare this answer, why this course. So if you're just going to say things like, I learn more technical skills, or I'll get better jobs, or I can advance my career, that's generic, right? Anybody can say it. So take care not to prepare generic answers for this. So we have 3 steps. I'll explain the steps to you so that you can prepare an answer which is unique to you. First step is to figure out your specialization. Now, any course that you go for in US, you need to have a specialization. Specialization comes from the electives you choose. It's not going to be written in your I-20. It's not going to be told to you by the university, right? You need to open your course curriculum, see what are the electives, what are you interested in. That becomes your specialization. This is true even for bachelors. So don't think that, okay, if I'm going for bachelors, I don't need any specialization, right? Even in bachelors, you need to select a major in the 3rd and the 4th year. That major is your specialization. So that's the first thing to do, that whatever course you're going for, pick a specialization. Second thing is that you need to have a logic as to why you have picked the specialization. And that logic will come from your background, your academic background and your work experience. So what are the points from your background that relate to the specialization? Figure that out. Maybe you worked in a similar domain, or maybe your final year project was related, or maybe if you don't have any experience, the subjects that you had, maybe that was related, right? So it can be a mix of academic and work experience, but if your work experience is significant, then let these points come from the work experience itself. Don't go back to your undergrad. And third is the future. So if I do this specialization, if I do this master's, what are the kind of roles I'm going to get? And again, when it comes to roles, you have to be specific. You can't say, I'll get good roles, right? That's not enough. So are you going to get a technical architect? Are you going to get marketing manager? Are you going to get data scientist? What is the specific role? And then connect these 3. So when you connect these 3 things, you will have a unique answer for yourself. So let's look at some samples. So I'm going to show you 3 samples. First 2 are for masters. The third one is for the bachelor student. Okay. So here the student is going for data science in UMass Amherst. So you can see 2 answers. First is which course, then is the why. So which course the student says, I'm going for masters in data science. And here my focus will be core data science and also analytics. So this exactly is what I meant by specialization, right? Within the course, what is it? So this student is going to study data science as well as going to study analytics. Now let's look at the why the student wants to do the course. So she says, from last 3 years, my work is focused on automation and analytics. So I'm automating application, I'm analyzing data. This made me realize that data science is complex and I need to learn the advanced tools in analytics. So electives that I choose will upgrade my skills and I can take up better roles as a data engineer. So whatever we discuss, the 3 things, you'll see all 3 things are here. First is her specialization. So she has mentioned that she wants to do data science analytics. Then her background. Her background is her work experience. She's saying, I have worked in a similar domain. And then the future. Future, she wants to take up roles as a data engineer. So all these 3 things have been connected together. Okay. So it should be like a story which is unique to you and convincing for the visa office. Let's look at another sample. This is for engineering management from Stevens. So the student says, for which course? Masters in engineering management. I will specialize in project management, also learn new topics as smart cities, which have a lot of focus in India. Even if you say this much, it's actually enough. But because this course had some unique topics and the student wanted to highlight it, so we included it, okay, that he also wanted to learn about smart cities. Now, let's see the why. So he says, I have 2 years of experience in maintenance and operation domain, but right now I'm doing the basic inspection and managing a small team. Now for the next phase, I want to take up roles as a project manager so that I can handle bigger projects. So that is why this topic is, this degree is teaching me project management and new topics like analytics, developing smart city. So for somebody who's asking previously, should it be directly linked? At least some part of the course should be linked to your background. And then you can always say that this part which is linked to me, I will upgrade it and I learn something new. Okay. So make sure that some part of the course is linked to your background at least, if not completely. So here also you can see the background is mentioned. What is the specialization in the course? That is, this part is mentioned, this part, and the future project manager that is mentioned. So all three things are combined together. Now let's move to bachelor's. So this is bachelor's in architecture from Woodbury. So the student says, I'm doing bachelor's in architecture from Woodbury and I will focus on building material and structure. So this is what I was telling you, that even at bachelor's level, you need to have a focus. If you see third and fourth year electives, you can choose what topic you can focus on. Then let's see her why. So she says, since I was a child, I was always inclined towards artwork, digital work. I have learned design softwares and I'm always fascinated by buildings. So I want to work in core architecture and I'm pursuing this course. At bachelor's level, some part of the why can come from your interest. Okay, because you don't have experience, you don't have much exposure. So you can always say, I'm interested, plus combine with whatever you have done. Like the student is interested in architecture from her travel, but she's also learning design software. She's also made some artwork, some paintings. So she's saying, I want to study architecture. So at bachelor's level, it's completely okay if part of it comes from interest, but that should be supported by whatever else you've done. For example, you might be interested in business. That should be supported by the fact that maybe you worked in your family business or you observed your family business right from you were a child, right? So that way you can structure the answer for bachelor's. Why this bachelor's? Yeah. So these are the samples we have. And yeah, now it's your turn. So quickly write down your answer. And if you're raising your hand, just make sure it's for this question, not the previous. Okay. And when you tell your answer, tell me which course first and then the why.
Cool. I can see 23 people have raised their hand. We'll go with Sehbaz and then we'll go with Dhanush. Sehbaz, if you're ready.
Yeah,
Hi, can you hear me?
Shabazz, tell us the course and then the why, okay?
I'm going for Masters in Business Analytics from Worcester Polytechnic Institute.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you be a little loud? Just a little loud, okay?
Sure. I'm planning to do my Masters in Business Analytics, in which I'll specialize in advanced analytics tools. And for the last 3 years, I've been working as an associate consultant, and my current job involves analyzing historical and current data, focusing only on the descriptive analysis. Like as a senior associate in the same organization or in the same industry, I would have to do the forecasting as well as focus on the performance analytics and prescriptive analysis. And this course and the electives I'm going for would help me to learn those tools and techniques.
Oh, great. So the structure is very good, Shabazz. Just to make it simpler, because too many words, you might not be able to complete it. You can remove designation like consultant in the beginning. That's not required. Just say that in my work currently, I handle data, but I'm limited to simpler tools and smaller data sets. Now for the next phase, I want to take up roles where I'm involved in the actual modeling, forecasting, and I can deal with bigger data. So that is why this master's and the topics that I'm going to pick within it, like the advanced analytical tools, will help me to make this transition.
Understood.
So
Yes,
don't
sir.
go into details, prescriptive, this, because it's too technical. And at that moment in the interview, you might not be able to say all this. So keep it simpler. Okay.
Thank you so much.
All right. Dhanush?
Yeah, so I'm going for Masters in Computer Science in Arizona State University, and I'll be focusing on software engineering. So in my undergrad, I've had some electives like object-oriented programming and Java, where I've found my interest in it. And in my experience, also, I've gained experience in software testing, which is in the similar bracket of software engineering. So I want to explore more in the development side as well and gain the wholesome knowledge of software domain.
But why can't you do it in your work? You're already doing testing. You already know development. So what do you mean by wholesome quotes? What exactly are you referring to?
No, currently I'm in testing, right? So I wanna go to the development side as well.
You want to go to development. Okay.
Yeah.
So if you want to go to development, then software engineering might not be the right concentration, right? You can pick core development subjects.
I mean, software engineer handles everything, right? The whole flow of the project.
Then you can say you want to move into roles like architect, project manager, things like
Okay.
that. So what you could
Okay.
do, you can say that, when did you graduate, by the way? How many years?
In 2022, 1 year, 9 months experience.
Okay. So you can say like this, that in my current role, though I'm working in development domain, but I'm limited to testing.
Okay.
Now from testing, I want to move into roles as full stack developer, eventually as a team lead. So for that, on the development side, I want to advance my skill. Plus, I want to learn about project management, how to deal with
Okay.
clients, all of it. So all of it I'll cover in this course.
Okay. Okay.
So say you're limited to testing. From there, you want to move into full stack. From there, you want to move to architect. So show the phases. And then
Okay.
software
Yeah.
engineering is that entire range, basically.
Yeah. Yeah. Correct. Okay.
Okay. Mohammed Nazim. Can you hear me?
Yeah, hello. Good
Yes.
afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
I am going to Harrisburg University of Science and Technology to pursue my project management science, and I have experience in as a site engineer. I am currently role of including project management, contractor, site engineer. I have a experience in 1.5 years only. So I am going to pursue my higher education from as a project management to improve my knowledge,
Right now, you're a site
skills.
engineer. You're going for project management course. That's what you're saying?
Yeah. My background was a mechanical engineer. I completed in 2022.
Okay.
Yeah.
From mechanical, how did you go into site?
Yeah, I have taken a course of 4 months course I have taken from HUAC. So I joined a company for as a base of site engineer.
Okay. So more of a
Yeah.
civil role. That's what you're saying, site engineer?
Yeah.
It's more of a civil role, site engineer?
Yeah, site engineer because the mechanical and civil both are same only. At that point, I choose this course HVAC. So I go for the site engineer for requirement included project management. So
Understood.
I want to improve my knowledge and techniques we have used in project management.
You have to be a little careful here because, first of all, there's change in too many domains, from mechanical to civil to now management, right?
Yeah.
Mechanical and civil might be similar in some aspects, but they're considered different streams. Okay.
Yeah.
One. Second is this you said Harrisburg, right?
Yeah, Harrisburg.
Harrisburg project management is not something related to mechanical or civil. It's a IT project management, that course actually, what Harrisburg offers. Which means that you'll have a lot of IT subjects, which again might not be relevant to you. So you have to be a little careful how you're presenting your profile. And in your experience, you have to bring in a little bit of management already. Okay. So you have to show that as a site engineer, I am doing these projects wherein some bit of IT is involved. I need to maintain some data for the project. So bring in a bit of IT. And then say that is why I chose this degree, because I can learn more about IT because you don't have IT background. Plus, I can learn the general concepts. Okay. Because directly, it's not a connect, right? Everything is different. So you have to modify your experience. Work accordingly. Okay.
So,
Little
excuse me.
complicated for me to explain in such a short time, but just to give you a sense that right now there's a disconnect between three things. So align your experience more towards the master's subject. Just take a look at your master's subject. You will see what I'm saying. Okay, it's more of IT.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, madam. I saw from Harrisburg University option. They're providing for project management. So it seems not a civil that program are included in civil, not in civil engineer. They're showing for IT. you told me about that. Harrisburg were providing IT sections.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. It's more of IT project management, Harrisburg. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, madam.
All right. Okay, are we done with 3 people? Yeah. All right.
We are
So
done with 3 people. I would just like to mention a few things because so many of them have joined like right now. So for people who are not been with us from the start of the meeting, I would like to tell that you can participate. You can structure your answer and participate. You have to raise your hand, right? But we are only taking 3 students at a time. So we'll try to accommodate all of you. So stay tuned. We'll give option to everyone. And for all those who are posting their question in the chat box, please stay tuned with us towards the end. We'll have a Q&A session where we'll try to answer all of your queries. And people who are writing on screen, kindly don't do it.
yeah, please stop it.
Yeah,
Wondering
it's
what
really
happened.
disturbing the presentation, right? So
I'll
I'll
just stop and share again, and now please don't screen on the screen. Yeah.
So
Okay,
yeah,
I think
please
something is
don't
wrong with my
annotate on screen. You should use a pen and paper instead.
Yes. All right. So before I move to the next topic, wanted to quickly give you a few pointers that right now a lot of questions are asked about the course also. So how many credits is your course? What are your subjects? First sem subjects in your specialization. So just be prepared for these things, okay? Just a quick pointer. All right, now we'll move to the next topic, that's the university. So I feel that preparing for this question is one of the tougher questions in the F1 visa interview, because honestly, universities are very similar, but the visa officer want you to tell like, something really great and something really, really unique about your university. So to do this, first thing is that understand you'll have to do some bit of research. Okay, it's not just reading some answers somewhere and then just using the pointers. So when you do your research, the primary source needs to be the website. So if you look into the university website, there are a lot of tabs you'll see on top, right? So look deeply into the academic tab, the research tab, and the student life. These 3 tabs, if you explore really in deep, in context of your course, you will be able to find a lot of unique information about the university. Second thing is talk to people who've studied in the university. So whichever university you're going to, make sure to talk to people, watch videos. We have also put out a lot of videos specific to universities on our channel. So you can even go and see if your university is covered and what unique points we've spoken about in that video. So do that. And third, check their social media accounts. Most universities have a social media account on which they post a lot of latest information. So go check that out and see if there's something relevant that you can use. Okay. So now what I will do, I'll quickly give you 5 pointers so that you can, just streamline your research into which domains. So a good answer for why this university should have at least 3 pointers. So I'm showing you 5. Out of this 5, you pick 3, that should be enough. First is ranking. Now ranking is frequently used by students, but what you need to be careful is to use only national ranking. Do not use state or regional ranking because you're an international student, you're coming from outside. So you should be looking at overall US. Okay. The second thing is the course structure. So course structure, a course that is offered by the university is really important. So finding something unique in that course, it might be some subjects which are not there in your other admits. It might be certifications. Maybe your course has a dual specialization. Many courses allow you to choose 2 concentrations. So that means it's a dual specialization. So if any of those pointers are there about your course, that's a great way to justify a university. Then infrastructure and lab. So look at what research centers they have. If they have any research center related to your course, you could mention that. If they have any specific lab, like an innovation lab, a maker's lab, you could talk about all of that. Okay. And then faculty. So again, faculty is a point used by many students, but you need to tweak it slightly how you use it. When you mention any professor, just mentioning the professor's name is not enough. Anybody can do that. You need to link that professor to your background. For example, okay, there is Professor XYZ who has done research on so-and-so topic. And this is a topic which is similar to my final year project, or this is a topic which is similar to the area I worked in. That is why I'm interested in him. Okay. So if you mention a professor, connect him to your background. Then only it makes sense. Otherwise, anybody can say a professor's name. Okay. And budget. By budget, I mean scholarships, any funding, any tuition waivers, okay, any graduate assistantship. If you've got any of that from the university, that's a good point to highlight. So you can include that. So ranking, course, infra, faculty, budget. Out of these 5, try to pick 3 and then you'll have your answer. Okay. So let me show you the samples. So first is for data science in UMass Amherst. So you can just observe how the answer is beginning. It's beginning with a because, right? It's not a great way to frame an English sentence, but why are we doing it? Because we see in why this university answer, visa officers have no patience at all. So if you're going to begin your answer with a generic introduction, saying that I did my research and I really like this university because, you might be interrupted by the time you reach your point. So don't waste time giving any introduction, any context. If you have prepared 3 points, just check which point is my best point. Start with that directly. Okay. So here you can see there are 3 points. First talks about curriculum. It's a mix of data science and analytics, which is related to my experience. Then there is a research center in data science, AI, and ML. And then I can take an additional elective from computational data science. So this is something different about the course from computational social science, so that I can understand customer behavior and product development. So 1 point about the course, 1 point about the research, another point again about the course. So this way you have 3 points, which will sound unique to this particular university. Okay. Let's look at the next example. This is for engineering management from Stevens. So first point about the course. Course is a combination of 3 domains: project management, data analytics, smart cities. Then the course also has graduate certifications. So I can do a certification in analytics. University has good location and there's good exposure, guest lecture, workshop, and ranking. So even location can be a point that you can mention. Okay. Obviously, don't mention location in the sense that the weather is good or, it's good to live. It should be related to your academics. That, okay, if the location is in so-and-so city, how does it help in my academics? So again, you can see 3 to 4 points about the university. These are the 2 examples here. All right. So yeah, now it's your turn. So frame your answer. And
we'll go ahead with Srijit, Saurav, and Naman.
Okay. Shijit, yeah.
Srijit, if you're ready.
Yes, ma'am, I'm ready. Hi, good afternoon, madam.
Good afternoon. Tell me your university name first and then the why. Yeah.
Pardon?
Tell me your university name first and then the why.
Yes, madam, I'm going to Bay Atlantic University to pursue Master of Business Administration and Management.
Okay.
Okay, so I take this university just because of my university is centrally located in Washington, D.C. and excellent faculties members are available. And my course is basically... Hello?
Yeah, I'm listening. Whatever you say, it's fine. Yeah.
Okay, okay, madam, my course is in Master of Business Administration Management. And so, sorry.
Okay. So you're thinking in the right direction, but you need to fill in specific details. When you say great faculty, I don't know what you mean. So pick one faculty name, like I just explained. Connect them to your background. Okay. Course in MBA. MBA is offered everywhere. So what is different in your MBA? See the electives. See if there's anything extra they're giving you. Are they giving you an internship? Mention that. If it's in Washington, D.C., so what? Like, what is the advantage of that? You need to mention that. So you're thinking in the right direction, but fill in these pointers with the details. Okay?
Okay.
A little bit more. Yeah. All right. Saurav?
Hello, ma'am.
Hi, Saurav.
I was a refugee student last year. I am going to Texas Tech University for my bachelor's degree in computer science.
Okay.
University have a two scholastic research program for the student who have interest in research like I have. This program gave me an opportunity to research during my 4 year of undergraduation. I want to do research in AI with computer and human interaction. I also have just a second, ma'am. College also provide me in-state tuition fees, which help me finances, which help me with my finances.
Okay. All right. You're going for bachelor's in computer science, right?
Yes, ma'am. Last year I was rejected.
Okay, fine. So again, you're thinking in the right direction. In-state tuition fee is a good point. Don't say it'll help me finance, because then they might think you don't have funds.
Okay.
Just say that based on my merit, I was offered in-state tuition fees.
Okay.
Research is getting repeated thrice.
Yes, ma'am.
This should be 1 point that, okay, even at undergrad level, they have research exposure, they have so-and-so research center. Just tell the name of the center.
Okay.
2 points. Third point you need to find. Okay. Either look at your course, look at the faculty, look at bachelor's level, student clubs are very important. Look at what student clubs they have. If there's something specific to AI or even computer science, you can mention that.
Yes, ma'am. But मैम मैंने जैसे कि अभी for my in that gap year मैंने अपनी खुद की वेबसाइट बनाई थी, लर्न कोडिंग की थी, वो भी मेंशन करूं या नहीं?
Why this university में नहीं आएगा वो? आप कोर्स के बारे में बोलेंगे कि आपको ये कोर्स क्यों करना है या कंप्यूटर साइंस में क्यों इंटरेस्टेड है, वहां पे यू कैन यूज इट.
Okay, okay. Thank you, ma'am.
यूनिवर्सिटी के बारे में आपको यूनिवर्सिटी के बारे में बोलना है.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, we'll quickly move now. Naman.
Sachi. So
Hi.
I'll be going to University of Texas at Dallas for my master's in supply chain management. So the prominent reasons that I go to, I've chosen this university is because it hosts a robust societies like Informs, supply chain, Council of Supply Chain Management, and these give opportunities to students to work with startups and gets hands-on experience. So which is really crucial in my field. Second of all, Dallas is a significant logistics hub, which hosts more than 21 Fortune 500 companies currently for logistics. So that will be crucial for me for my career path ahead. And thirdly, since UT Dallas has a smaller batch size, I can tailor make my courses having good connect with the professors.
Okay, so first 2 points are good. This batch size point, we've seen them not give a lot of importance to visa interviews. Skip that. UTD has a lot of other things. You can look at the certificates. The same business school will offer a lot of other certificates to you.
Okay.
So related to supply chain, maybe you can do analytics, maybe you can do something management oriented. You can mention that, right? Or something about the course, you can mention that. So except the batch size point, the rest of it.
All
Okay.
right. Thank you.
All right, guys. So I hope you have an idea of now how to frame answers for why this university. Just want to tell you that some of you have a little bit complicated profile. It's not very easy to give very, specific inputs in a short time. So do reach out for detailed sessions, okay? If you have rejections, if you have complicated profiles.
Sakshi, I would like to ask a question in behalf of all the students. So as a, visa officer will be taking, might be hundreds of interviews. I can see Lovepreet is writing on screen. Can you please?
Please stop doing that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was asking, visa officers will be taking hundreds of interview in a day. Some of the students will be clear on their thought, although some of the students might fumble while they answer, and it might not look good in front of visa officer. So what do you suggest? What should students do so that they can streamline their thoughts? So when they answer to a specific question, they do not fumble or they look confident while they answer.
All right, that's a good question, Manshi. See, now, first thing to remember is it's human. You have to be human, right? You're not a robot. So there will be slight fumbling, there will be slight nervousness. You cannot help it, no matter how much you prepare, and it happens to everybody. So first thing is to accept this, that no matter whatever I do, little bit of fumbling, little bit of nervousness is going to be there, and that's fine. They don't expect you to come with, prepared answers and just say everything. So if the fumbling is to some extent where a few words you're missing, or there are a few R's and O's, it's fine. Don't bother too much. Focus more on the flow of the thought. If you're not able to remember the exact lines, exact words, have the structure in your mind that, okay, when he asks about my course, that is why the way we are trying to structure answers for you is to give you the framework first. That is the entire reason. That have the framework. Okay, if he asks me about my course, I should say something about my experience. Then I should say something about the course. Then I should say something about my future. So practice like this with frameworks rather than actual lines and sentences. This way, even if you are just caught off guard, you'll not remember the words, but you'll remember your thought process. And you can use that. And while using the thought process, even if you fumble a little bit, even if you pause for a few seconds, it is fine. It's not going to completely, refuse your visa or anything like that. So to summarize, to prepare a framework for yourself, practice that framework. And when we say practice, many times we see students just write it in a notebook and they read. That doesn't help, guys. You need to take mocks. Stand in front of a mirror, say the answers to yourself, take mock interviews, take mocks in front of people you're not comfortable with, who you don't know properly. Get used to speaking and get used to seeing yourself talk. That's how you will feel more comfortable on the day of the interview.
And that is why we are also offering expert help on Zolve's app. So, so that you can take mock interviews with the experts and prepare for the visa interview.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Now we move to funding. So typically funding questions are like hygiene check questions. They are usually asked at the end of the visa interview. Like if you observe most interviews, they'll never start with funding. Usually they see other things. And if they feel that, okay, everything else is making sense, then they will be like, okay, let me check the student's funding. Okay. So that's why typically these questions come towards the end of the visa interview. Now, there's a very important thing to understand when it comes to funding. And I feel this is where there's a lot of confusion. The funding for your education has to come from liquid funds only. Many times I see students say, I have property. Property is not liquid. It's not going to fund your education. It has to be from liquid funds. What are liquid funds? Bank account, FD, mutual funds, stock, PF, PPF, and a loan, of course, an education loan. All these are liquid funds. So the main source of funding for your education has to come from liquid funds. So also don't think that whatever is my bank account, only that is liquid. No, even FDs, mutual funds, stock, equity, PF, PPF, all these are liquid. Okay. So that's the first thing to be clear when you present your funding. Second is how much liquid funds should I show? Now that's the second question. Ideally, you should have enough liquid funds for the entire duration of your education, right? So let's say that if your education is going to cost you 100,000 USD, ideally you should have 100,000 USD. But in the real world, in practical scenario, it might not be possible for you to show so much liquid funds upfront. So there is a cutoff. If you're going for bachelor's, at least 2 times of your first year expense, for master's, at least 1.5 times. So why are these cutoffs there, right? Have you thought about it? Why are we saying 2 times, 1.5? There's a logic to that also. When you go for your education, you need to show to the visa going for bachelor's. You need to show that, okay, at least half my course is covered. So I'm going to complete the first year. I'm also going to complete the second year with these funds. That means majority of my course is covered. And when a majority of your course is covered, you obviously have the time and the motivation to arrange for funding for the remaining of your course and complete it. Same thing with masters. When you show 1.5 times, you're showing that majority of my course is covered. That means I'm going to put in enough to at least show my intention that I'm ready to deploy these funds for this particular course. So these are the cutoffs if you're not able to show the complete liquidity, right? So make sure that at least this much you're able to show. In visa interview, where there's a refusal because of funding, this is the main reason we see that the funds mentioned are too less. They're just covering the I-20 amount. That's not going to work, okay? I-20 is for 1 year. You need to show 2 times or 1.5 times of that. Then comes how to present it. So when you present in the visa interview, first start with your liquid funds, then go to your backup, then go to your buffer. This is the order to follow. So what do we mean by liquid funds? We just saw, right? Now, what is backup funds? Backup funds is your gold, land, house, asset, all of that which is there as a backup. Ki, okay, kuch bhi nahi hua, to at least you can sell this and get the funds. And then buffer. What is buffer? Buffer is the annual income of your sponsor. So your sponsor is going to keep earning money and build up that buffer, which potentially can go into the liquid funds part. That's the buffer. So start with liquid, go to backup, then mention buffer. Now, one important point about this annual income. There are many students who might have a sponsor who doesn't have very high income, or you don't have proper documents. You can skip this. Just go to liquid and backup. That would be enough. Okay. So mention annual income only if it is good. When I say good, about 10 to 12 lakhs, and you have proper documentation for it. And stick to one currency. Don't tell half in USD, half in INR. Mention everything in one currency. INR is completely fine, or you can also tell in USD. Okay, so we don't have samples for funding because it's specific to you. In case you have any doubts in funding, we can take it up during the Q&A. Okay. Quickly, I'll move to the last question, which I feel is the easiest question for the visa interview. That's future plan. So all the things we've discussed, I feel this is the simplest. Why is it simplest? Because very easy. You have to show you will come back to your home country. Okay. No OPT, no doing another master's, no doing PhD, no gaining practical experience, none of that for the visa interview. You're going there as a student, you're going to study, and you want to come back. Now, the question is, how do you convince the visa officer, right? How do you sound genuine? So the main reason to come back has to be professional. You cannot say, I will come back because I have my parents here, or I have my family, I need to take care of my land. They will not buy it. You need to show that whatever you study is going to get you a good job in your home country. Okay. So professional reason. So it could be an existing job. Let's say you're already working somewhere. Maybe you're offered a sabbatical. Maybe the company is really good. So you have a deal with them that, okay, I'll come back and join you. That could be one option. Second, new career opportunities. So whatever you're studying opens up completely new. So let's say that you study something which opens up fintech sector in India for you, or which opens up, let's say, e-commerce sector or pharma sector. Sectors which are big, which have a lot of opportunities. That could be the second option. Third, family business. I didn't get a chance to interact with a lot of you, but usually we see that students have, some of them have a family business. So if whatever you're studying is going to be useful in that family business, you can always say, I'll come back and take care of that. Okay. So existing job, new career, family business. Only one will apply to you. So choose that one. That is your main reason to come back. You can couple that with a personal reason. Uske baad you can say, okay, also I have my parents, also I have my property, etc., etc. So personal reason are an add-on, but cannot be the main reason. I'll just show you two samples very quickly. So first one says that once I finish the course, I'll come back because a lot of opportunities in e-commerce. I can work as data scientist or data engineer in so-and-so company, and I have responsibility of my parents. So the only thing I would say to be careful, a lot of times we see that students will say, I'll come back and join top MNCs. Now this top MNCs is a very overused word, and also it's very generic. So be specific, which sector, which type of companies, which role, mention these three things at least. Same thing here, you can see that he says engineering management, come back to India, I can work as project manager, companies like L&T, and being the only son, a responsibility of my parents. He is the only son, so he said it like that. You could be the only son, only daughter, you could have siblings, doesn't matter, you can still mention your parents. Okay. So since this is easy, I think just two people should be enough for this. So any two people who are willing, just raise your hand and we can quickly hear your answers. Manshi, should we start?
We'll go ahead with Manashri.
Okay, I can see somebody else before that. Okay, you take a call anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going for my bachelor's in general engineering in Virginia Tech University. So once I finish this course, I will come back to India because I have my father's family business here, which is in diagnostic, which is related to diagnostics. So I will be working alongside him in his company after I finish my bachelor's.
Okay, so you can add your role. Like business in diagnostics, you mean like manufacturing of equipments? Is that what you mean?
No, like it is a diagnostic company which does tests and all of the body.
Okay. So see, if you have a family business, it should relate to the course also.
Yeah.
Okay. It's not necessary you have to mention it. It's just an option. So if you feel what you're studying is not going to relate to working in a diagnostic center, you can skip that. Say something else.
So it's my degree is biomedical engineering, so it's related to that.
Okay. It's related. Okay. Then you can say that because I'm going to study the latest technology, I can come back and help my father transition to new ways of diagnosis, something like that. Make the link a little bit clear.
Okay.
All right. And one last.
One more thing, like I had a gap year, so like I wasn't doing anything. I finished in 2023, so I was also preparing for my NEET entrance exam. So do I mention it or should I not?
No, don't mention anything else that you could do which leads to education in India. 1 year gap, you just say you wrote other exams, did courses, anything else. Okay?
Okay.
All right. One more person, last person.
Yeah, Harshvardhan, if you're ready.
Yeah. Once I finish my master's, I would like to return back to India to apply for senior data science roles. And I believe that data science has untapped potential in India. So that will be a really great option after returning to India.
Okay. Can make it a little bit more specific by mentioning which type of sector you're looking at, because data science is there almost everywhere now.
Yeah.
Which sector, which type of companies. Also, is a data scientist, is a data engineer, is a data analyst. There are different ways to go about it. So think one step deeper, and then you can have a little bit more specific answer.
Sure.
Okay?
Yes. Thanks.
Okay, guys, so I think we'll skip these questions. And yeah, so this is the main thing I wanted to share with you. I really hope that you got a sense of how to frame answers and what level of preparation is required. That's important. So do prepare well. This time, as you can see, getting slots is a big headache. So once you have a slot, please nail that interview. Okay, go and do well. And like I said, for any detailed preparation, check out the YouTube videos and you can reach out to me. Okay. Manshi, over to you.
Shachi, if you're okay, can we take couple of more requests because they are waiting in the queue for a long time.
Okay. For a particular answer, or you want general Q&A? What do you?
For a particular answer, if they want to share, right?
Okay.
We'll
Okay, you
take two more.
decide. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll go with Simranjeet. Simranjeet, if you're here. Okay, or we will go with Raj if you're here. Yeah. Yeah, Raj, you can go ahead.
Oh, hello, ma'am. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Just tell me which answer you want to share first and then tell.
Ma'am, I would like to discuss my intro.
Sorry?
I would like to discuss my intro.
Introduction. Yeah.
Your introduction. Okay, so yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
I completed Bachelor of Commerce in 2023 and I have a background in accounting, business and computer. I had optional subjects of computer application in my bachelor's. I also did an internship in website development and designing during my graduation. I wanted to get into the technical field, so I decided to pursue my master's in business analytics from US.
Any
And
work experience?
yes, ma'am.
Any work experience after your graduation?
Ma'am, actually, I did my graduation in 2023. Then I appeared for my IELTS exam in November and scored 7 bands. Then I completed some certificate courses in Python, C, and C++.
Okay, understood. So you've done BCom with computers. Now you're going for business analytics. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, can you like suggest anything to structure this my answer?
See, right now it's too much information because you're talking of web design, all of that, which are not going to connect to analytics.
Yes, ma'am.
If you've studied BCom, you will have subjects like statistics, which connect more to
Yes.
analytics. So talk about
Yes.
that. Also,
Okay.
if you're mentioning any internship or project, mention ones which are again related to analytics. So you
Okay.
can say I did my BCom. If you have a good CGPA, mention that.
Okay, ma'am.
Then say that I studied subjects like statistics, any quantitative subject. I did internship in data analysis. And now I want to study that further through this master's.
Okay, ma'am.
So only highlight things which are relevant. Don't have to tell everything that you did.
Okay.
Cool. Raj, if you're here, you can share your answer as well. I don't think he's here. Okay.
Hello. Yeah, hi, ma'am. Like, I want to discuss on this, like, why this university question. Like, so I'm currently going for master's in engineering management at Florida International University.
Okay.
So, and this why university course, like a question I want to mention, like, FIU provides an engineering management program that integrates business management courses with engineering courses to increase product quality and employee efficiency and financial management, all which are crucial for my startup. Additionally, Professor Oscar A. Sanas has motivated me with his experience in industrial engineering and transition into agribusiness MBA, which I intend to pursue. His experience will help me to put my current agribusiness, Joel Farms Private Limited, to the forefront.
What is the second point? What do you mean by transition to agribusiness MBA? You're talking about yourself?
Yeah, professor. Like he
Okay.
industrial engineering in bachelor's, and then he did master's like MBA in agribusiness, which I intended to do, like which I want to learn more.
But yours is engineering management, no? How is that connected to agri MBA?
Actually, I have a startup named Joel Farms Private Limited, which
Okay.
deals agribusiness.
Okay. Oh, okay, okay. Got it. Understood. Okay. How old is your startup?
It is 2 years.
Okay. So, first point you said combination of business and engineering.
Engineering, yeah, business management and engineering.
Okay. So because engineering is a very like a vague word, you can probably name some subjects instead, which are
Okay.
relevant to you. For example, let's say that if there's anything related to quality control.
Yeah. For engineering, specifically, I'm using like in IoT, like
Okay.
Internet of and artificial intelligence. Both
Okay.
are the.
So name that topics instead of just saying engineering.
Okay.
So you can say that course is an equal mix, or you can say I can do a dual concentration towards management and advanced technical concepts like IoT, AI, which are useful in agriculture, which is my background. Tell this is your background first. It's not necessary he has read everything. Then say that there's a professor who comes from agriculture background. Like you don't have to say he has done agribusiness MBA and all. That's confusing.
Okay.
Say that he has a background of agriculture business, which is similar to my startup. So I want to learn on that. And add one more point. Good to have 3 points. Okay. So make it simpler, easy to like digest what you're saying. Okay. Yeah.
That's it, ma'am. Thank you.
No problem.
Cool. Thank you so much, Sachi. I think it was very, very helpful for everyone. We'll now take questions from you, and Sachi will address each one of them. But before that, I would like to take a moment and talk about Zolve. As I mentioned earlier, Zolve is a neobank headquartered in New York. We are very, very proud to say that we have been a part of journey of 1 lakh plus students. So you name a university in US and you'll have a Zolve user there. We have been helping students in transitioning from India to US by offering various services such as visa assistance, for which we are here tonight. We are also offering education loan. So you just need to go to Zol's website. You just need to fill a single form, and you can apply for 15 plus banks plus NBFCs and check your eligibility to get a loan at a lower interest rate. We Zolve scholarship on 1st of June. This scholarship is in 2 parts. First, for the people who are meritorious. Secondly, people who are in need. We want to cater to all kinds of students. So you should definitely go to Zolve app or Zolve website to apply for the scholarship, which is launching on 1st of June. Other than that, we have just introduced a visa slot alert. So we have been conducting webinars, we have been interacting with students on our WhatsApp group, and we realized that, students are really facing problems in booking their visa slots. So, and there's a limitation on logging into the, US Embassy website. So we have partnered with Check Visa Slots, and we are offering this free visa slot alerts on Zolve app. So all you need to do is download the Zolve app, go to the store section, and start your slot alert feature. You will receive emails and push notifications on the alert slots you want to check. For example, if you want to check slots available in the Chennai consulate, so you can customize your alerts and you will receive emails and push notification based on that. Other than that, we also have Zolve banking services. So, when you move to US, you have a bigger problem to deal with, right? Moving to a new country, managing thousands of problems. So what we do is, we offer bank account and credit card without any social security number. So in US, you need to have a social security number, which is PAN plus Aadhaar card to open a US bank account or credit card. But with Zolve, you can open your bank account when you're in India itself, just by submitting your basic documents, right? And this application is very, very smooth, and you don't need to spend more than 5 minutes in applying for the bank account. We also have Zolve credit card that you can apply for without an SSN. With Zolve credit card, you will get a credit limit of up to $5,000. And if you have, so I'll tell you why do you need a Zolve credit card and bank account, right? With all these features, it's definitely will be beneficial for you. But also, US is a credit averse economy, and you will need a credit card to even book your first Uber ride from airport to your college or your place where you're staying, right? And Uber don't accept cash there. So you will need a credit card to make all the transactions in the US. And you can definitely go to Zolve app and apply for the bank account as well as credit card. I would like to again talk about free visa folder that we are offering. The link to which I've already shared on the chat box. You can also uh, scan this QR code and avail this free visa document holder that will help you in organizing all the documents, right? That's all from now. We'll go ahead and take your questions, and Sachi will answer them. And those of you who have questions, you can put it out in the chat box and we'll take one by one.
How much time do we have for this Q&A?
We'll spend 10 to 15 minutes. Is it fine?
Yeah.
Cool.
How do we take from the chat box?
Yeah, so I'll throw the question towards you. You can answer them. Is it fine?
Sure. Yeah.
We'll try to take as much questions as possible. So we'll take first question from Vishnu, who's asking, I'm going to non-thesis. Can I tell about university has good research lab in visa? Will there be any question?
I'm going for non-thesis. Can I talk about research lab? Yeah, you can. Research exposure is not only for theses or research-based program, like even in a normal master's, because you will be doing projects, you will be required to study about latest topics. So any research exposure helps. It need not be in core research. It just helps you to understand what are the latest developments which potentially are going to get implemented in your domain.
Deepak is asking, will a one-line answer to describe your duties be a problem on the visa day?
How much can you, I mean, one line is too less, I feel, right? Like, what will you say in one line? Also, why do you want to give one line answer, right? You have like at least, like, I would say 50, 60 seconds to answer. So if your one line has all the keywords, then great. If not, don't restrict yourself to one line. There is no rule that you have to give one line answers anywhere.
Okay, next question is from Hariharan, who's asking, my program is a hybrid program, Masters in Project Management, where I finished my 12 credits online and need to go to university to finish my remaining course. Is that what I need to tell information on why this course or university?
No, so this you're describing more about the course. Explain the course. Why this course, why this university, the way we discussed today, right? You can follow that structure.
Akash is asking, how do I reach out for one-on-one session? So we have expert help from Sachi on the Zolve app. So you can download the app, go to the store section, click on expert help and schedule a session with Sachi, right? Ritu is asking, I'm going for double masters. Will they ask me? Will that be a problem?
It's definitely a question, why double masters. So the way we discussed why this course, why this masters, you can follow a similar structure, but you have to be a little bit more careful with double masters, right? So.
Okay, Archana is asking. Yeah, Archana is asking, what if my current work experience, product engineer in banking domain, is not related to masters in data science? What to tell for why this course?
Current experience in what? Sorry, could you repeat that?
Current experience is product engineer in banking domain.
Product engineer in banking, and you're going for data science. Okay. So I was explaining for somebody that it need not be 100% related. If you're doing product engineering in a banking domain, I'm sure you're dealing with some type of data, you're doing some type of automation, right? All of which can get connected to data science. And data science is, I mean, very closely linked to banking now. So pick one or two roles which connect to the course and then build on that.
Cool. Next question is from Hitesh, who's asking, my F1 visa was denied on 20th May 2024. Now I want to reapply again. So what should I write in the refuse box in DS-160 form? Can you give me an example?
So what I could say without looking at your profile is only this, that in the refuse box, you need to tell what you missed last time. The refuse box should not say, I got refused under 214B, or I was not confident, I was fumbling. None of it is going to add value. What is it that you missed? Maybe you had good experience that you didn't communicate. Maybe you didn't explain funding clearly. So you need to highlight to the visa officer what all they should think about in your profile for this attempt.
Sure. Next question is from Jay, who's asking, I have previously rejected in US visitor visa 2018 with family and 3 times student visa rejection 2021 and 2022. Do I need to mention all the rejection in my DS 160 where they asking for previous rejection and explanation, or I have to just mention the last student visa rejection which was in 2022?
So you have to mention all, but don't have to say 1 second rejection first like that. Just say my F1 visa was refused due to so and so. This is what I want to highlight. And just say prior to that, I have a student visa refused. That's it. So don't go rejection wise, but just go the visa category wise. Yeah.
Okay, Satya is asking, if we mention about location like New York has many data science jobs, will that give a wrong signal to officer thinking I will be settled in USA?
Yeah, definitely don't mention about job in the interview. If you're talking about location, like you saw in one of the sample answers, the location, how it aids your academic. Like if it's in New York, you can also get good industry exposure. You can attend guest lectures, workshops. You can get good internships. So use location academically, not post-masters.
Okay, Meera is asking, my course name in DS 160 and I-20 is different. Will there be a consequences? And how should I tackle that question if it is asked?
Okay, so we just released a short on this recently. You guys can watch it in more detail to understand it better. But essentially, the gist of it is that you, in the interview, you have to tell the actual course name. Don't go as per the I-20 because I-20 names are generic. And for proof of the actual course name, carry your acceptance letter. If you watch that reel on Instagram, it's explained a little bit better. Okay, so just check that out. Yeah.
Okay, we'll take 2 more questions, Sachi. So Jayashree is asking how to answer why masters in USA not in your home country.
Yes. So when they ask why US, the main point is academically, how is this education that you are pursuing better, not general US education. So let's say that you're doing masters in CS. How is this master better in US? Are there more electives? Are there certain research domains which are not yet explored in India? So compare the curriculum and find out those points. And you can also, to that, add on that a US degree adds much more value to your resume. When you come back to India, you have better opportunity. So prepare 2 things, one on academic side and one on the value add and the resume side.
Okay, last question is from Albin, who is saying, carrying documents of extra funds like FD receipt, which is not mentioned in I-20, will it be useful? Can I show it as a proof of fund in the interview?
Yeah, definitely. You need not be limited to just what is there in I-20. So like we were discussing, I-20 only shows 1 year, but you need to show more. So if you have other funds other than what is shown in the I-20, carry that. And many times loan might not have got sanctioned when you applied for I-20. Now, if you have a loan, you can definitely show that.
Cool. Thank you so much, Sachi. Thank you so much for all your time and all the learnings that you have shared with the student. I'm sure it was very, very helpful for every one of them. So I just want to ask you one last question. What do you want to tell to students who are like panicking that they're not getting their visa slots, and I saw some of the petitions that student raised,
Yes.
right? So
Yeah.
as per me, they should not do all this. So what is the suggestion that you will tell to all the students who are trying to book their visa slots now?
Hey, guys, I think slots you will get because every fall we see they release enough slots. And this time, moreover, because for the spring intake, they did not release any slot, they will do it for fall. So it's just May, and we've already seen so many slots have already come. You still have June, July, 2 months left, right? So slots will be there. Just be aware, just be alert. Don't do anything extreme. Okay, that's what I would say. And you always have backup options like applying for emergency visa close to your interview date, right? So keep those options in mind, that applying for emergency visa, uh, potentially applying from outside India. These options are always there as a last resort. You don't need it right now. Okay, just letting you know. So just keep monitoring and focus on your preparation right now. You will get a slot.
Sure. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Sachi, for sharing all the information. There are so many questions that were unanswered. So I have just shared a form with all of you guys. So there's a section in the form which says any one question if you want to ask the expert. So you can put your questions there and we'll try to get back to you with an answer, right? Yeah, that's all from my end. Anything from your end, Sachi?
That's it. Just want to wish you guys all the best. I know how hard this phase is. There's so much of uncertainty, so much of anxiousness. So just remember that it's normal. That's what I want you to remember, that if you're feeling tensed, if you're feeling anxious, it's all okay. It's all normal. Everybody is going through it. And yeah, just keep your head in the right direction. Like, interact with students, look at experiences, prepare well, reach out for help. So just focus on constructive things, and hopefully all goes well. And I really hope all of you get your visas and you come to the US. Yeah.
Yes, definitely. And one last note about Zolve, that you can definitely download the Zolve app and subscribe to the slot alerts. You can book your one-on-one mock interview with visa experts like Sanjay Kaushik sir, Sachi, and Brian Taylor, and Maggie Ramsey, with whom we did webinar with. You can also apply for the US SIM card now only. So you can apply for a US SIM card now and get it delivered to your home address. And when you go to the US, you can simply activate and start interacting with your loved ones right from the first minute you land in the US. Secondly, we are also coming up with flight offers. So once your visa is approved and you're trying to book your flights, make sure you check out Zolve app, because we will be offering flight offers so that you save your money on flights. Other than that, once your visa is approved, make sure you sort out all your financial needs and apply for Zolve credit card and a bank account. That's it for now. We'll meet you all in the next session this Wednesday at 12 p.m. with Sanjeev Shriram, where he will tell you everything that you need to know before you move to US. So thank you so much for joining here, guys. We'll meet with you again this Saturday at 12 p.m. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys. Take care. Bye. Bye, Manshi.
Bye-bye.
The recording has stopped.